Have you heard of the Messenger?
Play the Messenger.
200. I'll play the Messenger for 20 minutes.
He gave me $20 to play the Messenger.
Estimated 100% of people wanting to see the Messenger. No, wacko.
This is, wait,
No.
I was told to tell you about the Messenger.
Hey, Rock. Are you familiar with the Messenger?
what about the Messenger?
Alright, that's the end of the stream. That's the end. Thank you all for watching.
If you know me, you know I love the Messenger. Probably because I keep telling everyone. The Messenger has quickly become one of my favorite games of all time. I've actually ranked it number 18 out of all the games I've ever played. Yes, I've ranked all the games I've played. Don't judge me. Okay, that's not exactly true. It'd be number 13 if you removed all the repetitive answers. The point is, I really like this game. A while back, some friends of mine, Smash Max and SimonCat, tried doing a speedrun race in Banjo Kazooie. I suggested that I should speedrun the Messenger with another friend of mine, Joe, since we both love the Messenger.
Actually, I don't really love the Messenger. I just kind of like...
Shut up! Now that we have our contestants, there's only one thing left to say.
Play the Messenger.
When preparing for a speedrun, a lot of work goes into planning it. What to do, when to do it, etc. If you don't know, the Messenger starts as an 8-bit 2D platformer, before, spoilers, switching to a 16-bit Metroidvania. Metroidvania speedrunning requires you to map out the path you want to take for the shortest amount of time, which we could have done, but decided to just do the 8-bit speedrun instead, which means we're racing until we get to the end of the 8-bit section, then quitting. The reason we decided to stop here is basically because we don't know what we're doing and didn't want to spend over 8 hours on a speedrun that we'd be bad at. So, for reference, my 100% save file took over 20 hours, while my attempts at this speedrun took less than 1. Next, we have to do a lot of practicing. I spent days practicing the opening again and again. Whenever I died, it was easy just to start over, but I often didn't. I wasn't sure if I'd be good enough to beat the entire speedrun without dying, since I'm not that good at the game, so I thought maybe I should prepare for if I did die. As I practiced, I got better and better, and my times lowered more and more. Then Joe was sending a picture of his practice time, and he'd still be beating me. It was torture, but I'd press onward, hoping, praying, fighting for a chance to win. Here's what I did. Even though we aren't playing the Metroidvania section, we still have some decisions to make. Most notably, the shop. There are many upgrades in the game that can help you improve mobility or chance of survival. Not all of them are super useful, but many of them are nearly required. For instance, the ability to attack downward while gliding is a must. It allows you to easily hit enemies below you while you're in the air, thus keeping your momentum. Being able to hit projectiles is also super useful, because it makes avoiding damage easier and thus decreases the chance of death. It also allows for many more movement options, which makes you quicker. And I was just used to having it, so not having it would be dumb. So in preparation, I wrote down all the abilities that I wanted to purchase to make me faster. I wrote down the order in which I wanted to buy them, how much they cost, and even when I should get them. You see, as you play, there are some abilities the game just gives you. It does this by requiring you to enter the shop and talking to the shopkeeper. If you're gonna buy an upgrade, this is when you should do it, since you're already in the shop. This means if I can't afford something, I should hold off until I need to enter the shop and thus buy it then, to save time. It also means I might want to spend some extra time getting some money early on, thus I can buy upgrades and be faster later. This, however, never really is right before the first shop, where I grab some crystals against the wall before entering so I can buy an upgrade. Another thing that requires practice were the bosses. Some were pretty easy once you've already beaten them a couple times, like the first boss. However, the Cyclops brothers could be a challenge if I don't have enough health, or the Emerald Golem could kill me if I get greedy with hits. The final boss of the run, though, wasn't much of a challenge since I did find a pretty good strategy. With the ability to attack downward, you can just stay above its head the entire fight. Most of its attacks can't hit you, so you just need to focus on dodging whatever it shoots. I really hope Joe doesn't find out about this, because I want everything I can to be in my favor. However, one time while Joe was practicing and sharing his screen, he did a much better strategy. So, dang. Actually, leading up to the event, we talked very little about the Messenger, only really about where the event will take place, and that's about it, not our strategy. Until a few days before, Joe streamed himself practicing, and revealed that he had actually looked up strategies. And I didn't. And now I'm out of time, because the event starts in 2 days. I'm going to lose! No, we're gonna be fine. I mean, my practice times are getting lower. And his are getting even lower. Okay, well, maybe he's just a professional. I mean, I've only beaten it like 3 times, so Joe probably beats it every day. Joe, quick, how many times have you beaten the messenger?
Once.
Okay, well at least the race will still be fun. Oh, yeah, my internet could also be an issue, since it sucks. Okay, it's gonna be fine. I'll just spend as much time as I can leading up to the event practicing. Huh? What do you mean this is gonna be the busiest few days of my life? Okay, this is fine. The night before the event, I did manage to get one last practice in. I tried, but I died over and over. As it came to an end, I even died at the final boss, but when I finished, I beat him? Yes, the day before the stream, my best time was better than his best time. So, without any further ado, we're ready for the race.
Hi.
The stream started off rough. Smash Max, the host, had audio issues, and I was struggling at Tetris.
I need an excuse. Joe, what's my excuse for?
Side note, I'm actually good at Tetris. I was just big stupid. I don't know why.
We decided to start the race without Smash Max, though he does come back later. However, at the start, I was doing terribly. The pressure really got to me, and I was getting hit a ton right from the start. I literally died before we got to the first checkpoint. The first one! Do you know how bad I had to be playing for that to happen? This gave Joe an early lead, which was not good. Also, because I died, I lost some money and was unable to buy the first upgrade, which sucks. I also almost died to the first boss, which would have been really embarrassing.
Wacko is having a stroke right now or something over there. I don't know what's happening.
I messed up a little bit on the first boss, and I almost made it take 3 phases, but I managed.
Oh my gosh, Wacko.
The second and third areas did leave me some luck though. The catacombs have these 2 closing walls, and most of the time I'll get hit and have to wait in between them for them to close and reopen. However, during the stream, I was able to do it all without waiting, and I got a little excited.
Peanut.
Next, Bamboo Creek also has a faster route, but it's both harder to do and skips more than the catacombs. There's this section with a few vertical rooms back to back, and one of them has you go to the bottom and ride this platform up. But if you're good enough, you can just use your cloud step to get up to the next exit. This is really hard, and while I've done it during practice, it always took a few attempts, and while it is still faster than the platform, it wasn't that fast. However, during the stream, I got my fastest route yet. It was really smooth and cool, and I wish you could see it, but as I said, the internet's not perfect, so this is honestly better than I expected. Howling Grotto, the 4th area, was awesome. I was zooming everywhere, doing great. I was doing so well, I pretty much caught back up with Joe, and we fought the boss at the same time. Area 5, the Quillishu Marsh, was one of the harder sections, but I actually did well enough to pass Joe and take the lead. The reason I was able to do this is because Joe decided to save time by skipping checkpoints. This would have been fine, if not for the fact that he died and lost a lot of progress. Moving into the Searing Crags, I was in the lead, and was surprised when I found out.
I passed you?
This section went fine, and I stayed in front of Joe for the entirety of it, and I had no issue with the Cyclops fight. However, nearing the end of the run, in the second to last area, Glacial Peaks, I started doing bad again. I don't know if it was my nerves or what, but I died right near the start, where I've never died before. I was still in the lead though, but barely. Then Joe decides to pull out the professional techniques with skips that I didn't even know about and pass me right at the end. Now, we're in the final area, the last level, the most irritating section. Joe was slightly ahead of me, but it was still anyone's game. However, I did encounter a problem. The sun got in my eyes. You can actually see the sunset by how the light is moving up to my face. This was super unlucky and hindered my sight in the hardest part of the run. I started off fine until I died once. I panicked since I couldn't see and I was already behind, so I rushed to make up progress, which led me to make more mistakes and more deaths. Before I knew it, he had gotten to the boss, and my only hope would be that he lost, but he didn't, and he beat me. So that was a pretty disappointing end, and I could come up with excuses like, he looked up strategies and I didn't, or I had a bad start, therefore we should have restarted, or I had the literal sun in my eyes. But no, the truth is, he's better than me. He was better in the practices, and he was better in the race. So, to Joe, good game.
And I must say to you as well, Wacko, good game. There were plenty of times in the tournament where I was winning by a lot. Like, I was just grounding you to a pulp. There was also plenty of times where we were neck and neck. Like, we were very close, almost in the same room. And there was even the one part where you pulled ahead of me, and I was like, oh, dang, is Wacko gonna win? Am I gonna lose this? No. No, I won. I won the race. But we both know that this wasn't a race for the messenger. This was a competition of who loves the messenger the most. And while I may have won the race of who could beat the messenger the fastest, you won the real race of how much we can love the messenger and show our passion for it. So props to you for that. You absolutely won in that area. I still beat you at the messenger though.
After the race, we did play a bit more, and I actually started winning, since I had more practice in the 16-bit levels than he did, until I got to a boss that I couldn't beat, and he caught up and won. So even with more practice, he still beats me? That's it, I'm playing Portal 2. Yep, kind of a disappointing end, but honestly, I had a great time. I'd love to do this again with some other game. I would like to thank Joe for both racing me and participating in this video. And I'd like to thank SmashMax for hosting on his channel and for trying to sit through all the issues to actually talk with us through the race. It was a lot of fun. Had a great time. I'd do it again. I already said that. Why am I repeating myself?